Hey, what's up and hello? This is the Chris Nicole bringing you my views on life, love, and the world of entertainment through my eyes. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on what time you are watching this live. Hello, crew. Hope all is well. I apologize. Unfortunately, something is going on with StreamYard. This is like the second time within the past couple of months they have had some issues, technical issues. They won't even allow me to show my beautiful pictures that I have for y'all because while I'm talking about it, I want to give you the visuals and it's not processing. So at this point, I don't know what's going on. They claim there was some glitch as far as audio and stuff is concerned, maybe like 2 hours ago, but it said nothing about a PowerPoint presentation. So my apologies. You usually have to hear me talk while you look at the House of Dragon screen until maybe one of these pop up. Can you hear me? Hey, Yuli. Is the second is not okay. Yeah, we about to get into that. And unalive, say unalive or just say D. But yeah, we're about to get into that. But yeah, so either way, we're about to talk about the House of the Dragon. In my opinion, this is the best show that is out right now. Another excellent episode. So yeah, we're gonna get into it. And again, my apologies. I don't have the visuals. Blame StreamYard. They're full of it. Like, in my opinion, when I pay for a service, damn it, I better get it. And I'm not getting it right now. So we're gonna just have to make do. We're gonna have to make do. So let's get into it. All right. So first things first, a somber moment. I almost got teary-eyed where we see Sea Snake and he is crying over the loss of Princess Ray Ray. And Rhaenyra has tears in her eyes as well. It just is truly an example of how it is such a huge loss, okay? And now it's confirmed for sure she's gone. As much as we wanted it to be that she wasn't going to be gone, baby, she's gone. Okay, so RIP to her. And my whole thing is the fact that she was willing to sit up there and still deal with him after knowing he was a cheater. I know he really gonna miss her. But moving on. So with that, Cole, who is getting on my last nerves, like Cole is a punk. As much as he tried to make it seem like he was just so cocky and arrogant and was definitely he knew what to do in battle, he doesn't seem like that now, okay? Because Cole is shook. He's very, very shook about what happened in the battlefields. And Cole decides to parade Princess Ray Ray's dragon's head all over the freaking town while they're saying that they actually slayed the dragon. The dragon was a traitor, and King Asshole is the one who did it, who took the dragon down. And so at that point, when Cole he's scared of. Will Cole find the river? He's scared. Oh, I think that's what it is too. And we'll talk about that. Yeah, I think that's what it is too. But while they're literally on their horses, and Queen Bia, I'm gonna call her Queen Bia. Her brother did not pass. Remember, I was thinking that her brother passed the last episode. Well, that's not the case because he was there. And so they have this dragon's head in the town, and I think they thought that the people were going to be excited and have their oohs and ahs. But that's not what happened. They saw that dragon's head and was like, this is a bad omen. Like, what the heck is going on? Because they feel like the dragons are considered gods. So the fact that you unalived a god, what does that say? So they're automatically like, this is a bad sign. This is not something we're proud of. We're like, you done put a curse on King's Landing. And so also, I think, now this is just me and you guys let me know, because they feared these dragons so much and they felt that these dragons were untouchable, and they also felt that the dragon riders were untouchable. What does that say now when you have been able to unalive this dragon? I think the whole mystical, mysterious oohs and ahs of it are now gone because they've shown this. So it really did a reverse of what they thought it was going to be. And even Cole was like, do they realize we won? And Queen Bia brother was like, you think that was a victory? Kind of a strange victory. We lost all these people, and this isn't really the victory that you think it is. And so at that point, Cole becomes even more shook, in my opinion. He looks like even more like, what the heck have I done? Because remember, he went in at first being all cocky. He really thought, you know what I'm saying, that he was definitely going to be able to win this, and his plan was in motion. It was going to be executed beautifully, and we clearly know what happened. So meanwhile, we see, while they're having this dragon head in the town, we see what appears to be a box, aka a casket, for King A. Okay, and Queen Bia is looking down, and she's there with Left Eye. She's looking down at this, and of course, she automatically is thinking, I'm assuming, that of course he is no longer alive, King A. And she looks at Left Eye and sees that he has King A sharp steel. And she immediately knows. I mean, she knows that she birthed sociopaths. She immediately knows that he's responsible for this. So at that point, this was my thing. They had this man in a box and then literally was carrying him all the way to his bed. And then literally after they opened up the box, they lifted him out in a bag. Okay, you guys, a bag. And so I'm thinking he's not here anymore. He has hit the upper room. Because I'm thinking, why would you have him in a bag and in that box? Make it make sense to me. But they end up carrying him out, and we see that he's still breathing. All right. Now he looked toe up. He definitely, like, most of his body is just done. And he got broken bones, but he's still breathing. We actually hear him breathing. And so at that point, Queen Bia goes in there, and of course she's in panic mode, and she looks nervous. And I don't know, is it just me, or do I feel like you're not nervous for the right reasons? Like Rhaenyra would be nervous because that is her baby, and she's panicking because her child literally could possibly be unalived in seconds. In my opinion, Queen Bia is nervous because she's like, if he don't survive, we are all effed. That's the way I think she's thinking, because in my opinion, she never really cared about them kids in the first place. But I could be wrong. You let me know what you think. So with that, she's like asking questions like, is he okay? Is he gonna make it? And so, the doctor is like, I don't know, but this is like a very critical time right now. I ain't got time to talk to you, and let me do my job. So we see, his broken bones, like it's a mess. It's a mess. So when she's in there letting them do their thing, the demon himself, Left Eye, walks in there just so calm, just so whatever. And he's just staring down at his brother. And he says, well, someone's going to have to rule in his place while he's trying to pretty much survive. Like, he don't say nothing. He don't say pull in, pull through, brother. Not until he's just like, yeah, someone's going to have to rule. And he looks at his mother. And I'm like, I hope you understand that you can be on the chopping block too. Like, he's so creepy. I wouldn't put it past him to off his mama, off his sister. I just don't put it past Left Eye. Like, he is just that freaking evil. So at that point, Cole's weak ass, he's cleaning his steel with lemon and salt. And Queen Bia walks in there. She's like, what happened? And he was like, we took the castle. And he was like, that's what we did. We took the castle. And so she was like, looking at him like, look, damn it, you already know why I'm in here. I ain't asking about you taking the castle. What happened to King A-hole? What happened to him? And he says, oh, he fought a good fight. And she was like, was Left Eye a part of this? Did he do something? And so Cole is like, I don't know. As far as I see it, Cole is a straight up punk. He is a straight up punk. Like, I think it's a mixture of the battle freaking him out, but at the same time, I think he is truly afraid of Left Eye and what he's capable of, because he clearly knew at that moment when he asked for Your Grace King A and how Left Eye responded. He knew damn well at that point what happened to King A. But he can't say anything because, of course, if he says something, he probably going to be the next one on the chopping block. So he's just shook at this point. So back at Dragonstone, the council is flipping out because they lost their biggest dragon, okay? They still have no army. And what they thought Daemon, the army that Daemon would raise for them, he gone because he had an argument with his wife. And so at that point, you know, Rhaenyra is like, first of all, like, are you trying to beef with me because you talking about like you mad because Daemon left because of me? But she is at a point where she's like, look, I'll do this myself, because they're saying, look, Vagar, the old dragon, the old one, of course, they said after that long battle, she needs to rest. So right now, she don't even have the strength to strike back even if she wanted to. So the best time to strike King's Landing would be now. And so that's when Rhaenyra's like, look, I'll do it. And of course, they're like, no, because she's the queen, but also because she's a woman. You already know how they go. So at that point, she was like, this is what I need to do. This is what I need to do to claim my namesake, my throne. And Jace is over being a little puppet, okay? And Jace tells Baela that he's going to go get Daemon and bring him back pretty much. He needs to stand guard and do his duties, you know, as the husband and everything, and make sure that he protects the throne. And at that point, Baela's like, your mother couldn't even tame him. You think you're going to do a better job? Like, what makes you think you can do better? And he realizes at that point that he doesn't need to go to Daemon. He can go to the Freys, because the Freys control the crossing. And if they can get the Freys on their side, they don't really need Daemon. At least right now, they don't need Daemon. But speaking of Daemon, I don't know about y'all, but Daemon is working my nerves. And shout out to the person who made that comment about why they said Daemon was losing his mind. I'm going to try to look it up. It was on my PowerPoint, but of course, right now it's not working. So my apologies. But they gave like a thorough explanation as to why Daemon is losing his mind. But I'm over Daemon because he's working my nerves as far as his ego is concerned. You know what I mean? That pride, that ego, it's really irking me. He's creepy, and Left Eye is creepy, Yuli. It's like really, really like they're the same. They are the same. But he wants everyone to bow down. He wants everyone to bow down. Mind you, he does not have a throne, but he is trying to pretty much punk people to bow down. So at this point, I'm starting to roll my eyes when he comes on the screen. Like I really am. Like I'm starting to roll my eyes, because at a certain point, it's just like, get over yourself. Are you going to help Dragonstone or not? Because at this point, I'm really trying to figure out if this is really for Dragonstone or if this is all for him. And it's really starting to come off like this is truly solely for him. So he tells some soldiers, he's like, kiss the ring. Like, you need to pretty much denounce King A and bend to Daemon. And so at that point, one of them, I can't say the word, but he pretty much was like, I'd rather be unalive than to bend to your punk ass. That's the best way I can say it, because he actually used the C word. And so at that point, Daemon is like, you have no choice. Either you bow down to me or you're going to be unalive. Baby, he turned around. He turned around with his horse and said, we would rather be unalive. Get the fire going with your dragon. We would rather be unalive than to sit up there and bow down to your sorry ass. And I was like, damn. Like, that just shows you how much they don't give a shit. Like, they just don't respect him at all whatsoever. So after he does it, he literally is like, I didn't think they would be so eager to go. And I'm like, really, Damon? Like, you can't scare people into submission. Like, that's just not how it works. But at the same time, he's intrigued and he's excited because he's like, those are the type of men that I actually need for my army. Those who are not afraid to be unalive and willing to sit up there and be unalive for the cause. He is such a nutcase. He is a narcissistic nutcase if I ever seen one. So Damon's daughter, and forgive me because it's so sad because she already feel like she not important anyways. The one who had to take the kids to the other kingdom. I forgot her name, but that baby is trying to convince the lady of the kingdom to give her 15 swords to Rhaenyra. And at that point, the lady's like, look, I asked for protection and I asked for dragons. And she was like, she did give you dragons. She said 2 dragon eggs. I need these suckers to already be alive, full grown, and have true protection. But we noticed with both of them that they both feel helpless. Like they feel like they're not necessarily needed or wanted and feel helpless and don't feel protected. So that was a moment of them bonding, which I'm kind of curious to see what we're going to see with their relationship moving forward. But in the process of that, the lady tells her, I'm sorry for the loss of your grandmother. And she didn't even know her grandmother was gone. So she kind of freaks out. And at that point, Rhaenyra is talking to Missy. And I'm going to start calling her Missy because I can't never pronounce her name. What's her name? Masulia, Masera. You know who I'm talking about. Talking about the old scallywag that Damon used to mess with. Well, Rhaenyra is talking to Missy and tells her, that she needs a woman's voice. I don't know if this is going to be the best voice, but since Princess Ray is gone, she kind of has no choice. And so even though I feel like Baela would be an excellent choice, but she's speaking to Missy and Missy tells her the people are upset at King's Landing. And they're upset. Not only are they upset about them pretty much unaliving that dragon and it being a bad omen, things are changing over there and they're not happy. And pretty much she tells her, if you can win the people, there are other ways to win this war. And I said, ooh, Missy about to get messy. And I am here for it because that is the psychological tactic right there. You sit up there and you weaken them by having their own people turn against them. And that's exactly what's about to happen. And I love it. So at this point, Rhaenyra confronts Baela about her grandmother, or she doesn't confront, she comforts her. And they're talking about how she was such a fierce woman. And she says, well, I need for you to help me like your mother helped me. Give this to your grandsire. Okay. And so Baela pretty much does what she's told. And Damon, of course, is still losing his mind. He's still losing his mind in the freaking Harrenhal. You guys, these words, I'll be butchering them, but y'all know what I'm talking about. So he's still losing his mind, and he keeps on wanting to hear that he is the greatest of all times. And had he been the oldest, he would be the ruler. And then he's having fantasies of visuals of having freaky tales with a woman. And I hope that ain't supposed to be his mama, because the woman who's talking sounds like it's his mother's talk. It's his mother talking, but he's like seducing this woman. And I'm like, I hope that's not what I'm seeing right here. If you guys understand what that is supposed to mean, please let me know. I'm hoping though that the woman he was visualizing that he was having freaky tales with, I hope that wasn't his mama. But at this point, we find out, of course, that he was losing his mind again, and he was actually at the dinner table. And I'm starting to think that the Keebler elf is also over him too, because Damon keeps wanting him to kiss the ring. First it was your grace, now he trying to say you should be calling me your king. And he like, no, what the hell? He's like, you already got your grace. And he was like, well, what would you call the queen's husband? And he was he made this little smart ass snarky comment. I said, oh yeah, he's getting tired of Damon. He is getting tired of Damon and his BS. So Queen Bia, she pretty much is with, King Asshole, and she's getting information about King Asshole, and she's hearing that he may not make it. He may not even wake up. And so at that point, she stands up and she was like, I'll take the throne. I can't believe my PowerPoint is still not coming up. I hate the fact I got all the visuals for y'all. Y'all bear with me. I'm so sorry. Blame StreamYard. What you say, Yuli? Yes, if you notice, Amen is Damon with the devil at the end. So they are split image over here. They are. They are. They are. It's just that Left Eye is just more of this new generation. They don't give a F. They have no morals, no protocol, none of that. And that's what Left Eye represents. But she's getting the information and she stands up and she's like, look, I'll take the throne. I did it before. I did it when my husband was sick. I will do it again. And so, of course, the men are like, no, Your Grace. No. Left Eye is next in line. All right. And she's like, nope, he's too young and he's already lost us. He has done too much already. And she's like, absolutely not. So everybody, and of course, Left Eye knows this. Left Eye knows this because one, they don't respect her. She's a woman. But then also, I think they all fear Left Eye to a certain extent. But they're all like, nope, Left Eye should be it. Even Clubfoot is saying Left Eye should be it. And he says, well, we'll put it on the hand. We'll put it on the hand. Cole, what do you think? Cole can't even look up. This is how much of a punk he is. He can't even look up with confidence. And he says, yeah, Left Eye should be the king. He's next in line. Left Eye gets up, takes that egg, sits down, and he starts barking orders. And you can tell that scene was so beautiful how you can tell she was having anxiety. She was fuming to the point where she was tuning everything out that was around her because she already knew what was about to go down. But it's your fault. See, that's why I call you Queen Bitch, because it was your fault. If you never lied in the first place about your husband wanting King A to be king, we wouldn't be in this shit in the first place. But you wanted to have control, knowing that you had sociopath kids, all hell was going to break loose. So she's freaking out. And I'm like, that's what you get. That's exactly what you get. So the guy who makes the armor, and forgive me what his name is, the one who asks to get paid beforehand so they can survive, the one with the sick daughter, he still thinks the king is going to come through. And the wife is like, look, we got to go. We got to save our daughter. Let's go to my brother's house. And they try to leave, but little do they know that King Left Eye has pretty much said to shut it down. Can't nobody leave out. They can't leave. Can't nobody go in. Like everybody shut out. So literally while they have their sick daughter in their hand, they can't leave King's Landing, which is another reason why they're going to be pissed. And I have a feeling that daughter is either going to be unalived because of her sickness, or somehow, some way, somebody from Dragonstone is going to be able to get them out of there, and maybe they will be able to get her back to health, which will mean that his loyalty will go to Rhaenyra and he will do all of the armor and stuff for her. It's either one or the other. I don't know, but you guys let me know what you think. So Queen Bia confronts Cole about his lack of loyalty to her cooch, because that's pretty much it. I'm like, what kind of loyalty did you show him besides having freaky tales with him? So she upset about the lack of loyalty. He was supposed to be down for her because she didn't gave up the cooch. And so at that point, he tells her, hi, Manera, are you new? I think Cole is scared of King Left Eye. Cole observed that King Left Eye did. Yes, I said that earlier. Are you new? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, I think that freaked him out amongst the fact that they had lost so many people, but that was the final straw for him, which tells me he ain't really prepared. He ain't prepared. So yes, oh, welcome. Definitely like, share, and subscribe. Sorry, I don't have my visuals like I normally do. StreamYard is tripping. It's still showing processing like it can't read my PowerPoint. Like they have some glitch in the system, but I'm glad you're willing to just hear me talk. So with that, she's like, where's your loyalty? Like, where's your loyalty at? And so he tells her, look, I saw stuff during that battle that you can't even imagine. And we gave the dragons the war, so we should let a rider lead this war. And I'm just like, oh, that's a punk way of pretty much saying you have no more fighting you, but I guess. And at the end of the day, he ain't got no loyalty to no one but himself to survive, I suppose. So, and I thought, especially in that time, to actually be unalive during a battle was an honor. Hell, they already think being, burned up by a dragon is a high honor too. So, like the fact that he's just acting like a coward, like I have no respect for him because you took one of the twins and pretty much took him the battle that you knew he wasn't going to be able to get out of with his brother. And now you can't sit up there and end up being a man and standing up for what's right or wrong. Like punk shit, just punk shit. So Jace is with the Freys. And the Freys want Harrenhal. They're like, okay, look, she want our loyalty. We want Harrenhal. And Jace said, fine, but we need your crossing and we need your bent knees. In other words, you need to bow down and claim Rhaenyra as your queen. So Daemon, of course, is still losing it. And while he's working, he hears screaming and he's still entertaining this witch. And for whatever reason, this is like her second time mentioning Rhaenyra. She is getting into his head like no other. And literally is talking about Rhaenyra. And he finally says really what he's wanted to say from the beginning. He's like, no, they're never going to listen to her. They go to a men for strength when I take over King's Landing. That's what he says. When I take over King's Landing, I'm going to be king and she's going to be by my side and we will be ruling together. Yeah, sure. It ain't going to happen. That's what you think, but it ain't going to happen. But that's what he's wanted, which is why he hasn't reported back to Dragonstone. In my opinion, at this point, he don't even care about Dragonstone. He is trying to find his manhood because in his mind, the only way he can feel like a man is if he actually rules and people are kissing the ring. So with that being said, that's what he says and that's what he really wants to do. I doubt very seriously he's going to be able to do it, but we'll see. So Baela goes to her grandsire, the sea snake, and she says, look, your grace, the queen wants you to be her hand. And he's like, she ain't even satisfied with my wife being brutally unalive. Like she ain't happy at all. And I'm thinking like, didn't Princess Ray, wasn't she the one who volunteered to go to battle? If I'm not mistaken, she's the one who volunteered. I don't even know if Rhaenyra, I don't remember Rhaenyra saying she needs to go. She volunteered herself. So I'm like, why are you making it seem like it's Rhaenyra's fault? So even Baela was like, you need to man up and take this position. Like at the end of the day, that was my grandmother too. But she was still a warrior. She was still a princess at the end of the day, and she fought for her. She was loyal to her soil. So you need to do the same thing. And so at that point, he's going to be the hand, and that's going to be definitely helpful in the situation because she will have a man by her side, who's giving her guidance. So Daemon is up. Of course, he can't sleep because he's losing his mind. And the Keebler elf tells him that the River Lords are there and they want to speak to him now. And of course, Daemon comes in arrogant and he pretty much is like, I got to teach y'all etiquette. Like, why the hell are y'all waking me up in the middle of the night? And he finds out that the lands for them have been destroyed. And at this point, they're like, what are they being destroyed for? Like, this is not our fight and we're not getting any protection. And of course he's losing his mind, ain't really saying anything. And then one of the guys was like, we would think, you up here unaliving kids at this point, so you would allow this type of BS. And he was like, I never, like, whoever said that, bring them to me. And it was like the half of the damn town saying it. What are you talking about? Like, everybody is talking about the fact that you did this. And they said, we will not be a part of this foolery. So at this point, he's weakened again. Like, I don't know if Daemon is really going to get this army that he thinks he's going to get. But y'all let me know. Y'all let me know, especially based off of the books or what you think. But yeah, I think he's going to have an epic fail, at least for a minute, because he's too busy trying to be the king versus gaining people's trust and loyalty. It's like he's trying to scare people, and that's just never going to work. So Missy gets one of her homegirls to relay a message in King's Landing, and I'm like, oh, she about to stir some ish up, and I am here for it, as long as she's stirring stuff up for the right reason. Because I don't know if I necessarily trust her all the way yet. Do y'all trust her all the way? I mean, if she is in it for the right reason, she's about to do a masterful job, because she already had the underground of the town. Like, everybody knew who she was. So she's going to do a great job if she's in it for the right reasons. Let's see, though. So Left Eye is looking at the throne, and it's a perfect night when he's looking at the throne. The representing the rain and the storm, it just kind of represents the evil that's all in him while he's looking at this throne. And Helena asks him, like, was it worth the price? So I'm like, his whole family knows that he did it, and he just stares at her. What do you guys think about Left Eye? Like, do you think he would be that one to, like, unalive his whole family? I do. I don't put it past him. Anyone who goes against him, I think he would. I really think that he would. And Queen Bia looks over King A, and his wounds are healing. And, you know, of course, she's freaking out. But again, I don't think she's freaking out for the right reason. She wants him to get back healthy so she can still be able to control him and he can be king. And while she's actually walking out, he says, "Mommy," when she's leaving. And so he is getting better. I am hoping he is going to be able to tell her what Left Eye did. And being able to tell her what Left Eye did, that will definitely, you know, either hopefully get him back into king status. But I don't know. Based off of what we see in the next, the trailer for the next episode, I don't know, y'all. I think Left Eye may try to finish what he started, but who knows? Yeah, Left Eye definitely wants to be king. He definitely wants to be king. He's the wrong king. King A was already the wrong king, but this king, yeah, it's going to be an issue. So Jace returns to Dragonstone and speaks to Rhaenyra. And Rhaenyra doesn't actually scold him when she finds out what he was able to accomplish. And she says, "Look, I'm proud of you." But of course, she still has to be a mom. And she was like, "Well, you didn't listen to me." But she's saying, you know, "I'm tired of everyone fighting for me in my name." And, you know, she was like, "I am the one who should be fighting." And of course, Jace is like, "No, you're the queen. Like, you need to stay here." And she's pretty much overhearing that, because it's pretty much a way of saying, "Look, you're a woman, stay in your place." And I think she's just over it. So at that point, she's like, "Look, like, we have to figure something out. Left Eye could easily be coming soon. Like, there has to be a way to figure it out." So what I gathered from this is, because just based on my information, because you guys know I haven't read the books, only those with certain blood can ride the dragons, right? And even though in the old books, only certain people with the last name also could ride the dragons. And so the problem is that, you know, they do have dragons. They don't have enough either to ride them, or they need more dragons. And so what Jay says is, yeah, those books were like pro us, written for us, so we can pretty much indulge in our own, you know, we're the shit. Like, we are everything. Our blood is everything. Our name is everything. He was like, those were books that were made for us. Like, maybe in some of these books, in some of our laws, or whatever the case may be, in some of our stories, we have people who can actually ride the dragons. They may not have the last name, but they have the blood. And as long as they have the blood, they can ride the dragons. So at that point, that's when the episode goes off, that they're going to try to find another way, another tactic of winning this war, instead of always going by what the folks said in the books and what they claim old ancient history is. they're going to try to see if that's necessarily true and create their own history to win this war. That's what I took from it. And then the episode goes off. Excellent episode again. I mean, I literally every episode so far has been an A for me. This was kind of like what it was with Snowfall. Like Snowfall on all seasons, like it was just a solid A every episode. Every episode has purpose, it has meaning. That's the way I feel about the House of Dragon. I just love the fact that also, you know, they have like that old ancient, you know, Aristotle, like Shakespeare type of writing to a certain extent. I love that they actually write that way because then it helps me like dissect it or be excited to dissect it even more. But yeah, that was the episode, you guys. So what are you guys predicting? I would like to know what your predictions are. I have a feeling that the guy who made the armor, I definitely feel like either he's going to end up going to Dragonstone and showing his loyalty, or he is going to go to battle against King's Landing because his daughter ends up becoming unalived. Something's going to happen with that, and he's going to blame it on the king and the people who are, you know what I'm saying, running King's Landing. He's definitely going to blame them. As far as Daemon, I don't know if Daemon is going to really be able to get his army like he thinks he's going to get his army. I don't. And maybe, just maybe, something is going to force him back to Dragonstone because he realized as much as he's a man, he can't do it without Rhaenyra. I think that's what's going to happen because how many episodes are we in and he still hasn't been able to really get his damn army yet? He's just, I don't think it's going to happen for him. And he's going to have to literally go back with his tail between his legs and realize that he has no choice but to have Rhaenyra's wisdom, her patience. He doesn't have that. And I have a feeling he has no choice but to go back to her. That would be my opinion on that. King A. I don't know, y'all. It could be possible that Left Eye is going to take him out. He's going to take him out. When he starts to get better, he is definitely going to take him out. Or he's going to make sure that he scares him to the point where he won't say anything. I don't know. But considering the fact that he tried to take him out the first time, who's to say that he wouldn't really do it this time to make sure? But yeah, but at this point though, with his family knowing, his own mother and his own sister knowing, how are they gonna end up like dealing with that? Like the friction in the immediate family, that's gonna be quite interesting. So yeah, it's a lot of storylines that we can dig into for sure. I'm excited. How many episodes is usually in House of Dragon? Like 10 episodes, right? Is it 10 episodes? Damn, I wish we had more episodes. I really do. Like this needs to be like 15 episodes because it's just that freaking good. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Thank you guys for listening and make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Sorry for the lack of visuals. Again, blame StreamYard. I'm so upset. You know I love my visuals. But yeah, and keep it going in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you know you disagree with some of the stuff I said too, or you want to give a better explanation. I'm all ears, especially for those who've been in this since the Game of Thrones. Like y'all know these stories like the back of y'all hands. So I'm always intrigued to hear what your opinions are, what you guys think about it. But with that being said, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you on my next video. Toodles.